Every time I record these videos, afterwards I notice the damn hat's crooked on my head. Alright. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Todd, and you're down in our private range at Blue Trail Range. So today, I'm going to talk about a video that was suggested, I wouldn't say requested, but suggested by one of our viewers by the name of Full Metal Napkin. After last week's video dealing with the 365, he was like, hey, why don't you do a video of the top 5 concealed carry handguns for last year? Because the 365 fell into that category. That's why I titled it Top Gun. Well, so I did a little research based on some, quick internet searches, and of course the aggregate of what we actually sold here in the year 2020. And when it came down to just concealed carry pistols, mainly, we took a look at the ones that sold the best, the ones we sold the most of. So they're not in any particular order. I just laid them on a table and I put them in an order, and I'll talk about each one, which I've already done, but we'll kind of rehash them real quick, not in depth like we did in other videos. So with the first one of the more popular handguns that we deal with, especially when it comes to the more senior, the adult, I'm trying to say, I don't want to say old people, but seasoned citizens, or just people that just don't have the overall strength to really handle a regular handgun, as in racking the slide, so on and so forth, is a really nice handgun for concealed carry. It's really popular, and that is our M&P Shield EZ. So obviously, it's called EZ because, well, the slide is super easy on it. So this one does have some sort of manual safety on it. You can get some that don't have the manual safety or the safety that is on the back strap. This one is chambered in 380. It, of course, comes out of our rental case, but we sold a ton of these because they're really popular with people that want a handgun that is reliable yet easy to really manipulate. And again, it's 380. So yes, it's still 9mm, but it's a 9mm Browning, so it's a 380. So I got a couple of rounds packed in it, and before I load it all up and start going, I gotta get my ears on. Don't want to blow an eardrum out. Plus, it's really cold down here because the wind's kicking. It's like in the low 30s, and later on in the week we're supposed to get snow, especially starting tomorrow afternoon. And 4 inches of snow down here, and me trying to film and shoot, it's not gonna have it. I'm a fair weather filmer, so I decided to come down today, Monday afternoon, when it's relatively nice. So we're all the way in the back of the range where I have a bunch of tables set up so I can actually maneuver around. I'm not actually shooting at any target but our berm back there. So without further ado, here's some 380. That was weird that it locked. Not bad. Doesn't hold full 10 rounds, only holds 8, but it's still good. So one of the nice things about this 380, or I should just call it the Shield EZ, is, you see there's nothing in it, is I'm gonna ghost the trigger. Not bad, not bad. And that's reset right there. That reset is super small. So instead of having to ride all the way forward with the trigger, like on some makes, this one, it's got a shorter reset. Not bad. So the next gun we're going to talk about, we just talked about last week, in a previous video, and I'll link each one of these reviews above if I remember. So if I don't, I'm sorry. It's going to be the 365, and I just went over everything, how it's really popular. This one happens to have a manual safety on it, and one of the viewers was like, well, I have one, I love it, no manual safety. Right, most of them don't have one. And you can also get the XL version, which has a longer grip. It's kind of like the Glock 43 and the Glock 43X. Same gun, one's just got a longer grip on it. So on the 365, which is empty, the trigger is not bad. I've seen better. So when you break the trigger, not bad. It feels good. You know you've broken the wall. The reset is right there, which is pretty much all the way. So this is all wasted space. The trigger reset on this happens to go all the way forward, basically back to the wall. Unlike my 226, I really get spoiled with that one because yes, the first trigger pull is 10 pounds and it's long and drawn out, but after that, the reset is minuscule and it's only 2 pounds after that. But I digress. Moving on to our third review. The third gun, we sell a ton of these. Every time they come in, they go right back out. My wife has one, and you guys have seen it. She absolutely loves it. That is the Glock 43X. This is also chambered. I can't speak. It's also chambered in 9mm. It holds 10+1 for the state of Connecticut. So as you know, the Glock 43 only holds 6+1. So they came out with a variant of the 43X where they're able to get 10 rounds in the same package with an extended grip on it and a slightly larger magazine. So one of the things I do like about the 43X, above of course the 365 and that EZ, is there is no manual safety on either side that I have to worry about activating. It is a point and go, which is always going to be a winner in my book. So as we can see, there's nothing in it. Let's test out that trigger. Not bad, nice clean break. Reset it. Again, it goes all the way forward. So, yes, there's some travel with resetting that trigger, but it's not so bad. You just have to get used to, as you fire and the gun cycles, you want to get right back on that wall. So, the next gun that we're going to talk about is a gun that I really do like. Unfortunately, I don't own it, and we don't have one in our rental case. So as long as you know someone who knows someone, you can get yourself what you need. And I'm talking about the P320. Now this one happens to have a Romeo Pro on it, and you've seen this in a previous video when I zeroed it, and yes, I still want one. It comes with night sights automatically, the Romeo Pro in this version, and this one has no external or no manual safety that I have to manually operate. This gun is considerably a lot larger than the other ones. The 365 being the smallest, then the Shield, and then the 43X. They're relatively the same size, but this is pushing it. This is getting up in there to their carry size, and it's a little bulkier to carry. Women tend not to carry stuff this large. Men, however, well, let's just face it, we're a little fluffier at times, so it's easier to hide things a little bit larger than this underneath our baggy clothing. I want to say thanks to Brian for letting me borrow your 320, and yes, I will clean it because I told you I would. The other ones, rental case, not my job to clean them. That's what we got the kids for, the younger people who clean them. So the fifth gun, because you've seen 4 so far. So our fifth gun that we're going to be talking about in this group, out of all the guns that we dealt with, it is probably absolutely the top of the most popular handgun we sold all year, and it's been like that for years. And you know what I'm talking about? I am talking about, I gotta get it off my hip, I am talking about the Glock 19. I know, you all thought I was gonna pull out my 226. Nope, today I have the Glock 19 because, well, it's what I had. So, the holster was already set up. This variant is Connecticut compliant, so the magazine holds 10 versus in other states where you can get magazines for like 15 and extended magazines for like 17 and all that. But in the state of Connecticut, we hold 10 plus 1, so there you go. It's not bad. I'd rather have 10 than only 6 in a revolver. So Glock 19, probably the most popular handgun in the United States, if not the world. So there you have it. Literally the top 5 guns of last year. Not only here, but when I did some internet research, these 5 were in there. Now, I have to come clean. If you do your search yourself, you might find that in some of the lists, the Hellcat was in that top 5. And it is true, the Hellcat is a very popular pistol, especially when it comes to concealed carry. Problem is, Hellcats are not currently available in the state of Connecticut because they didn't make 10-round mags for that pistol. But right before I came down here to film, found out from Kyle, our GM, that in fact they now offer them with 10-round mags, and we're getting about 6 of them coming in, I'd say in the next week or 2 or so. So we'll be throwing those up on our social media sites, letting you know that we have the Hellcats in stock. So that's it. Those are the top 5. And I have to admit, coming just from me, my humble opinion, I'm just nobody, literally just Nemo. I have nothing to argue about. They're great guns. I mean, 4 out of the 5, I'd take in a heartbeat. The only one I wouldn't would be the Easy. And that one is just because, well, it's got the safety here, the manual safety here, and it's chambered in 380. But you get rid of these 2 safeties and chamber it in 9mm, then I'd take it. So some of the things that I do like about 3 out of the 5 of these, okay? With the Glock and the 365, they're so small, no accessory rail. But the M&P, the Easy, the Shield, accessory rail for a flashlight, and obviously, of course, you know that the 320 is going to have an accessory rail for some sort of optic or not optic, flashlight or laser, and along with the Glock 19 for sure. And that is always important to me because when it comes to the small guns, if I can't put an accessory on it, mainly a flashlight, then I think I'm doing myself a disservice, because in no light or low light situations, I really do want to have that light so I can identify my threats and my targets. But, like I always say, these tools, these guns, have a purpose. The 365 and the 43X, for me, would make great backups. 43X, maybe not so much of a backup, but 365, yeah, I'd use that as a backup. The 43X, well, I might carry it as a primary, but it doesn't have that accessory rail, so I guess I'd just have to adapt and overcome if it came to a low light, no light situation and I need to illuminate. I guess I just hold my flashlight up and away from me because, as we all know, bad guys tend to point at the light shining at them and, well, shoot at the light. So I want that light far away from my body. So we looked at the top 5, not only for our sales, but in my personal opinion, this is a good top 5. You've got a little bit of everything. You've got things that are subcompact, compact, carry size, bordering on full size. So when it comes to conceal carry, the 19 for sure, I conceal carry that. 365, the 43X most definitely, and the M&P Shield EZ. The only knocks I have on that one is it's 380 and it's got the manual safety that's here and the backstrap safety, which I'm not huge fans on, but overall it is a really good firearm. Any of these I'd be willing to carry concealed. So if you're in the market and you're trying to figure out what to carry, especially if it's a concealed carry and you're new, well, there you go. There's 5 to pick from. Obviously do your research, watch other videos, and talk to people who are educated on firearms. Don't just come in and be like, well, I don't know. Come in with some sort of idea. We'll point you in the right direction, but it always helps if you have some sort of idea of what you want to carry. Especially when it comes to the size of it and the weight. So that's all I have to say. You guys have yourself a great day. And as always, I will see you on the trail. Stay safe in the fray. Goodbye, my friends.